So I just finished watching Batman and Harley Quinn. It came out at the beginning of this week, and this is the first opportunity I've had to sit and watch it. And I must say, that was not what I was expecting, but probably in the best way. And most depictions of Harley Quinn lately I found have been very much like the Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, and I did not like that movie. I had a lot of problems. I haven't gone back and revisited it yet, although I probably need to. But the fact that this was a return to kind of the classic animated series look, oh, granted it for Batman and Nightwing, it's the redesigned look. And Poison Ivy, she gets the redesigned look as well. But it's still that classic 90s touch. And this is going to have a few spoilers in, but for stuff that happens very early, I don't want to spoil what happens at the end. But this is just a very fun film. The whole thing is very much done in the dark deco style of the original animated series, which I love. I think that's a great touch that we went back to that. They kind of do it with some of the other films. I think, obviously The Killing Joke was trying to recreate Brian Bolland's art. And then I think Son of Batman and Batman vs. Robin also had its own kind of visual style that was not quite the animated series. But I love the fact that we've gone back to that look now. The opening credits, which are like after the initial setup, are a little jarring in style, and I wondered what they were going for. And then I realized that no, that's the tone we're setting up. This very strange, jarring style is preparing you for what's about to come. So, the plot of the film is that Poison Ivy and her henchman, who I've already forgotten his name, they are trying to use the formula and all the accidents that happened to Swamp Thing that made him into Swamp Thing. They're trying to recreate that so they can use it on the world to make everyone like Swamp Thing and like them, so the Earth can be free of human influence. And so Batman and Nightwing show up to try and stop them at the lab. Doesn't really happen much, and they need to figure out where they've gone. And they instantly go, okay, who knows Poison Ivy best? We need Harley Quinn. So the whole film is Nightwing and Batman teaming up with Harley Quinn to try and stop Poison Ivy. And that is basically it. It is an hour and 15 minutes of just them trying to complete this mission and all the stuff that happens along the way. And going into this, I kept thinking, okay, that's a bit of a weak premise, but for everything they fit in, it works. I'm never gonna say it's the best animated film, because I can't put it past, like, Mask of the Phantasm, or Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, or even the Lego Batman movie, because that was a ton of fun. So when they decide that they need Harley for this mission, I found it very convenient that they both instantly knew, oh, we need Harley. And I thought, okay, that's a little bit contrived, but then again, this plot's not gonna move anywhere unless we go get Harley, so we may as well just admit, yeah, you want Harley. Let's just go get her. So they find, Nightwing actually finds Harley in, this, it's called Super Babes. It's like a cafe kind of thing. And it kind of reminded me of the diner from Kingdom Come, because there's all these, in the Kingdom Come, there was a lot of people dressed up as past superheroes in the perspective of that world. So you had a guy who kind of answered the door when you first saw it, who was dressed as Green Lantern, but he kept saying, I make a cute, Green Arrow? And that was basically the joke. And then there's people walking around in like Aquaman costumes and Wonder Woman and all that. But in the film, it's a bar specifically run with female attendants. So you've got these incredibly skimpy like Batgirl costumes and Supergirl, and they find Harley hiding in plain sight. She is dressed as Harley, working in one of these bars, which I thought was great. Because, of course, she's just going to be hiding in plain sight. I mean, where else are you going to find Harley? And this is also the first time we get to hear Harley, voiced by, I'm probably going to pronounce her surname wrong, but Melissa Rauch, that's how I've always pronounced it. And you may not know her name, but she plays Bernadette in Big Bang Theory. And I still kind of dip into Big Bang Theory just because it's half an hour where I can just sit and watch nothing, basically. And Bernadette is the character I still absolutely love from beginning to end. I love her sense of humor, and I love the fact that she's not over the top about everything. She's fun, and I end up sympathizing with her far more than I should. So it was kind of weird to hear her coming out of Harley. And at first I was a little put off by it, but, you know, she actually does a really good job. I was surprised of that. It didn't take long for me to get over that initial, that's just Bernadette in a Harley Quinn costume. But she really fit the design, which was very strange. And we get I don't know if it was meant as a reference to The Killing Joke, but she has one of the Joker's little hand buzzers that gives the toxin, and it looks just like the one from The Killing Joke, and she even says it's the only thing she ever got from that dirtbag. But what I thought was great is this is a representation of Harley Quinn beyond the Joker. Every representation of Harley Quinn we've had on film and on screen has relied so heavily on the Joker, and that was the only reference to him. I loved that fact. I mean, when we had Suicide Squad, I was hoping they were going to address, like, she is in an abusive relationship with the Joker. There is no two ways about it, and yet it's treated romantically. And that is an awful message. It really is. So I loved the fact that we had a Harley who had moved away from the Joker, was free of the Joker, and knew that it was a bad situation to be in. Which was great. It was because they're using the old 90s designs from the animated series. I love the fact that she even, she keeps calling Nightwing Nightwig. And when he kind of corrects her, he says, oh, I'm just thinking about that old mullet you used to have. That was a decade of poor decisions, which was great. There's actually a really odd throwaway line to the book Seduction of the Innocent by Frederick Wortham, because she makes a comment that she always thought that Batman and Robin were gay because of that book with the eyeball and the knife going towards it, which is the cover for Seduction of the Innocent. She even states that she wrote a paper on it in college, and I nearly applauded at the fact that, oh my god, we referenced Seduction of the Innocent. Only problem is that led into a sex scene between Harley Quinn and Nightwing. DC, and especially Warner Brothers Animation, what is your fascination with putting sex scenes into animated Batman movies? No one liked it in The Killing Joke. Yes, you can easily say that Batman and Batgirl's relationship, for lack of a better word, has always kind of been hinted at the background, especially in the animated series. We don't need to actually see any of this stuff. We don't even need, fair enough. It can exist. It just feels a little out of place. But at least on Nightwing's side, at least it was consensual. But I think they're very much amping up Harley Quinn as sex symbol, which has very much become the norm for that character for quite a while now. But what's overly great about this film is it has this great comedic edge to it that I just was not expecting. It's not on the level of the Lego Batman movie, which was just incredibly fun, but it includes an undeniable amount of references the same way Lego Batman does, and a lot of very offhanded jokes that I genuinely found myself laughing at. And there is this great scene where they go into a bar and they're trying to find information on Poison Ivy. I kid you not, Harley Quinn sings Hanging on the Telephone by Blondie. And that entire scene is full of references and quick little jokes that are just wonderful, and it ends with the mother of all Batman 66 references in title cards. Overall, I'm not going to spoil any more of the film because there's going to be quite a few people who say, oh, I haven't seen it yet, so don't tell me the ending. And considering this only came out on Monday, then fair enough. Personally, this is the only thing I'm going to say, I thought the ending was a little bit weak. But I am more than glad that I watched this. It was a load of fun, and for the people who got to see it on the big screen the night it came out, I hope you enjoyed it so much on the big screen, because I was watching this on a relatively small TV just because I was getting work done, and I kept thinking, oh, this would be so fun on a big screen. So I'm slightly jealous of all of you lovely people. So that, I think, is all I have to say on Batman and Harley Quinn. It's a lot of fun. It's not quite what I was expecting, but I'm glad it's not. So let me know what you think in the comments. Links are in the description. Till next time.